needs no introduction. She has been quietly shaping the newsroom with stories that pulse with life. Please welcome Srimati Nivedita Ganguly ma'am to the stage, who uses words to create vivid pictures.
Good morning, everyone. Very happy World Photography Day to all of you. So, I'll begin by asking some of you this question. How many of you get newspapers like every day at homes or at your places? And do you guys really read news every day? This page is a Metro Plus page which comes out every Fridays in the Hindu. I bring out this particular edition every Friday. So when you see this image, I've also got the print format of this because this is how it looks. So this is our last week's edition. What catches your eye first? Is it the grey text, the columns? That story is written by me, by the way. Is it the image or the text that catches your eye? Yes, exactly. This is what really sums it all up. An image can speak 1,000 words, isn't it? So you see that this is an Independence Day special edition of Metro Plus. So we have a row of people carrying the tricolor flags and everything. Now to bring out this edition, behind it is a team of photographers, designers, and journalists. So we all come together. There's a lot of brainstorming which happens. But one of the critical elements of journalism, of print journalism, is photography. It takes us nearly 7 days to decide on what goes in the front page, what goes in the top image. So this is the final product. But the fun thing is that my journey as a photojournalist was actually an accident. And I'll tell you how. So this is a picture taken by me. I happened to, I was covering an event in Araku. It was a hot air balloon festival. Every time when the Hindu sends a reporter, there is always a photographer who also joins me. But it happened so that time the photographer was not available. So I had to carry my notepad and I also carried a camera along with me. It happened so that I was the first person to get into the hot air balloon with a Malaysian pilot. So this was a hot air balloon festival which saw about 45 pilots from across the world who came to Andhra Pradesh for the first time. And it was a very, very prestigious festival for us. So my balloon was the first to go up. And as luck would have it, I got some of the rare images. Neptune seahorse, it has also been exhibited outside. This you see the misty valley behind Araku. Yeah. So one of these images, the next day, to my surprise, made it to the front page of the Hindu. So that was my first front page image. It was a 5-column standalone picture which came. And it was an all-edition image. So that particular moment showed me something, that 1,000 words, what I normally write, when I describe an event, it could be summed up into that one particular image which was there, which showed that, there was like a beautifully composed image, and it sums it all up. So such is the power of a photograph today. And some of the places where I had visited earlier, this is Cambodia. So this again, you see this is a heritage structure where you have roots completely engulfing a temple. This again is a place near Ireland. And this is a Dunluce Castle. And this castle, there were a lot of stories behind it, that it's haunted and all that. So it's, you get stories about all castles, where people speak about this. But this again is a orphanage in Sri Lanka, an elephant orphanage. So I visited the place, and these are some of the images which I took. This is in South Africa. this was the image I was talking about. So I was the only one to get a picture like this. But again, like I said, any photojournalist will tell this. Luck plays a major factor when you are in a place, in a position. Sometimes that really makes you stand out if you are able to capture and capitalize the moment. This is again Cambodia. This is the place where you see a lot of stone structures. I was explaining them to a while ago about this image. This is in South Africa. It took me nearly an hour to get a picture like this with a composition, because in South Africa, the density of the animal density is not so much. So the animals are spread out across the, these meadows and the places like this. So it takes a while for you to move around the game reserve. They call the forests as game reserve. Now the key here was we all had our cameras and we had a team of people coming with us. We saw beautiful wildlife there. But a picture like this, it took us 2 hours to get. And this again is a very critical part of photography, which one should always remember, which is patience. Sometimes you have to spend a lot of time at one place to get that perfect shot for all of you. So there's something which I would like to tell you about the field of journalism also. It's going through a lot of changes today. So earlier we used to go and I would go to some place and report and come back and a story would come here. But today, even if I go somewhere, we have to be multimedia specialists. So you have to take videos, you have to take photographs. So photography is a very, very crucial skill today, especially in times when we are talking about AI and attention deficit. When the whole people have very short attention span, thanks to all those reels and Instagram and everything. So I feel that we are at a time when multimedia skills, especially videography and photography, will be something which will be as important as your science and maths. And I'm so happy to see that your institution here, thanks to Vasu Garu and his vision, you have such an active club, and I feel that this is the only school in Vizag to be celebrating World Photography Day for so many years. And a big round of applause to all of you for such beautiful pictures which have been exhibited there. So I'll end by saying that there are 3 things that you should keep in mind. One is be curious. Always don't be hesitant to ask questions. Sometimes you can get some very important, beautiful, details when you ask questions. And be observant. The magic lies in the details. And as I always tell everyone, and I also do that when I write my stories, photographs or stories are not just about your headlines or a beautiful image. It's about people. So empathy is a very big factor here. Always remember that you are the voice of people, the voice of what you see. So once you remember this, I think your pictures will speak 1,000 words, and you'll continue to make your school proud. And I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for such inspiring, precious words.
Now, moving ahead, it is our distinct privilege to honor and felicitate great visionaries in the world of photography. Their work has not only captured moments, but has also portrayed the essence of power and beauty found in every frame. Sri K. Ashok Sir and Srimati Nivedita Ganguly ma'am.
Their journey has been one of inspiration, dedication, and unwavering commitment to the world of photography. So today, we together express our gratitude and admiration for their exceptional achievements. May we request Sri K. Ashok Sir and Srimati Nivedita ma'am to receive our regards, please. We also request our director sir and other dignitaries to step forward and do the honors.
As we proceed with the felicitation, let us reflect upon the significance of this moment. It serves as a reminder that achievement is not what they have done, but it's about what they have inspired others to do.
And now we invite a guest who brings a unique perspective to photography with his engineering background, Sri Kandimalla Ashok sir, to share his thoughts.
Sri Agarwal, distinguished guests and my young friends. At the outset, I would like to thank you for giving me the honor of addressing you. I have been on the World Photographic Day. I have been really overwhelmed by and humbled by the welcome and the hospitality I have received. I do not recall anything like this in my life. Judging from the photo exhibition you have set up, I think there is enormous talent in the institute, and I wish you will pursue that and make yourself into good photographers. Are there any teachers over here? Any teachers of this institute? Okay. So, if I am addressing an institute, I always give a separate namaskar to students, all the faculty, because I very firmly believe that that what I am is largely because of my teachers, right from the days of my elementary school, right up to my masters in IIT Madras. Okay. So, this, as you know, is a World Photographic Day, and it's a very significant day for all photographers, including me. And I would like to share a few thoughts of mine regarding photography with you. Okay. So, Back I was in my school, uh, about your age, I always used to feel when somebody used to get up to make a speech that, oh my God, one more person is going to talk for 1 more hour. And they used to get very bored. So I will try my best to keep it as simple as possible and as quickly as possible I would like to complete. Okay. So Sri Agarwal told me that, and I am also able to see that many of you are very talented photographers, and as you grow up, some of you may pursue photography as an amateur or a hobbyist, or some of you may become professional photographers, or some of you may become professional photojournalists, or whatever. Will be good for you to pursue photography and also good for the society if you follow certain ethics, which are very important. So that's a topic I've chosen today to talk about some ethics in photography, and I felt you are at the right age to understand and follow those things. Okay. So basically, if you take photography itself, it's a very, very powerful medium. I think you all know about it. It has changed the course of wars, it has changed the course of nations, it has changed the course of history or what has happened because of its power. Okay. And of course, with power always comes with certain amount of with power comes responsibility automatically, because power without any responsibility is basically invites misuse, and likewise responsibility with power is very ineffective. Okay. So we are going to basically see when you are exercising that sort of a power through photography, what is the thing you need to follow. So let us look at a couple of images here. These are taken some many years ago, many more recently. Okay, if you look at it, the left top picture is, you might recognize that it's a picture from Vietnam. And images like that played a very major role in reversing our government policies, because of the citizens of the country were very much against it, and finally they forced to change the course of the government itself. And likewise the other one, if you look at it, there is a lot of devastation, and completely cities have been flattened out. Once again, images like this have made the people rise up to the policies of their government, thereby changing their policies and also changing the course of history. So what are the basic ethics of photography? When we mean ethics, they are basically morals applied over a larger area. A moral is something to an individual, what ethics is for an organization. So for example, a newspaper may have some ethics, but personally you may have morals. Sometimes they both coincide, sometimes they oppose each other. We look at some of the examples of what it happens when such a thing happens over there. Okay. So the important things is honesty, consent, privacy and manipulations. I will try to cover each of these points in a little more detail through some slides so that you will get a much better idea on what I am speaking. Of course, there is also this copyright infringement, and then plagiarism, which is something called copying. Now the interesting thing is ethics applies to every genre of photography, that is whether journalism, art, documentary, street, wildlife, whatever it is. The type of ethics apply may be different from one to the other, but generally there are some guiding ethics covering all of them. Okay. So if you take this particular picture, I have put over here, if you see, copyright Getty images. That's because that is a image which I took from the Getty stock. And if I had put my name instead of Getty images, that would tantamount to straight away as a, not as plagiarism, that as a copyright infringement. Because I am not the owner of that. So I simply cannot, it is simply stolen property if I put, stolen property need not necessarily mean a watch or a car or a jewel or something. Stolen property can also be an image like this. On the other hand, plagiarism, which is basically copying, is a bit tough to define. I have shown here a couple of examples of what two different photographers took over time, and there is a lot of controversy regarding this, whether one is a copy of the other. Now, if you look at it, they are very similar looking to one another, but at the end they decided they're really not plagiarism, that is, one did not copy the other, because both independently did it by themselves and they found to be very similar to one another. This thing happens very often is that when you try to photograph something which is very, very popular and well known from a vantage point, it is quite possible that some of them look very much alike. For example, if you take a picture of a Taj Mahal from a particular place, millions of people might have seen the Taj Mahal from the same place and photographed it in the same way, and they look very similar to one another, but still you can't call it as a plagiarism. So this is a bit of a grey line to really prove it, but please be aware that sometimes you could get even unnecessarily accused of copying while you really did not do it. Okay, what is informed consent? Okay, now I will tell you example right away what has happened in the morning. You have been photographing me all over the place. Many photographs has taken, and none of you asked me whether I would like to be photographed. Nor did I object. Okay. So that you can take it as a sort of an implicit, what you call consent of mine, because I did not object to it. You took it, I kept quiet. So that will not come under not consenting, but definitely it will come as implicit consent because I did not oppose to it. On the other hand, sometimes you may have to go and ask the subject very specifically whether he has consented or not. In many cases, if you are using the image for commercial purposes, it is definitely necessary to take the consent of the person very explicitly, and maybe even make him sign a document saying that I am going to use your image somewhere else, so please allow me to use it, or pay him something for doing it. So that's the difference between consent and informed consent. If the person is not opposing, you can take it as an informed, implicit consent, but if you are trying to commercialize it, then you got to really consider the person's consent explicitly. Now look at this picture. This is a very famous picture, which many of you might have seen it already. So this particular picture is of called Afghan girl. It has appeared in the National Geographic cover, and it was taken by a very famous photographer called Steve McCurry, and this received much acclaim. You must have seen this picture many times. But after it was published, there was a lot of controversy regarding it. First controversy was, before that, where was this picture taken? This picture was taken in an Afghan refugee camp. So people started asking, what was her mental state when this picture was taken? Was her consent taken? What was her physical and mental state? And was she informed that I am taking a picture? Or when somebody said some very great photographer is coming, please, we will take a picture of you. So she was sort of confused in a state, and then she took the picture. And thereafter it became very famous. So this was a big controversy, and other thing is, this image made a lot of money for the photographer also. So I had put a few guidelines for young photographers. Okay. It's very important to empathize with the subject. Okay. Now the simplest thing, what I mean by empathize is, whenever you get a doubt whether I should take a picture or not take a picture, very simple, think you are the subject but not the photographer. How would you react? If you are the subject and somebody else is taking a photo, would you allow it or you don't allow it? That's a very good test you can put for yourself and see how it appears. Okay? So do not photograph where it is prohibited. This is, Visakhapatnam is a naval base. If they say no photography, obey it. Don't get into trouble unnecessarily. Okay. Next, think and click. When you are taking a picture, don't blurt it out. Okay. Think and click, you will get a better picture, and then think twice before you post. Why think twice before you post? Because when you post an image, it will reach thousands of people in one shot. It's like a big amplifier. So if you make a mistake and you misrepresent something, you are misrepresenting it tens of thousands of times. So you got to be very careful with it. Okay, now the latest trend in photographers is to know how good I am, how many likes I got, how many followers you have. That's the fashion today. You just can't help it. Okay, maybe you have. There is a guy who takes lousy photographs. He has 1 million followers. Okay, fair enough, but that doesn't make you a good photographer. So please don't go by those sort of norms. Okay. So when you look at a future, in the future, please see whether they are ethical or not. That's very important. That will give you an idea to guide yourself. Okay. And if you're approaching strangers, there are 2, 3 very, very important things, or 3 important things. Hello, a smile, and thank you. These 3 words are recognized. Of course, smile is not a word, but a hello, a thank you are recognized everywhere. So if anybody, you go near, take a photograph, be kind enough to tell him, hello, I have taken your photograph. Show him a photograph you have taken, and many, many times they will be very, very happy to see that you have taken a photograph. Yes. Okay. So this is my last photograph. I had some hesitation in putting it because it's a very disturbing picture, without any doubt. This was taken by this Kevin Carter in 1993, and there's a small story behind it. Kevin Carter was photographing in Sudan when he saw this scene where a small baby was struggling to go to a feeding center, and first it was thought it was a girl, but later on it was known to be a boy. The boy collapsed and fell down, and there was a vulture waiting to feast on him once he dies. Okay. Now you think very carefully, in a situation like this, what would you do? How would you react? Okay. So that's why I put the first line. Above any ethics in photography, whatever you do, the first is very important. You be a human first. Be a human last. Be a human always. In a situation like this, your priority would be not to take a photograph, which is sure to be a winner and an international achievement you will get. But no, you got to do something to alleviate the suffering over there. That's why I said a human always. That's the first thing. So, in case you are interested in what I have done here, Carter did take this photograph. He shooed away that vulture and helped this child reach the feeding center. After that, we don't know what happened to that child because there are millions of them like that. Then when this picture was published, it was a prize-winning picture. Many people said it's a great thing. Once again, it changes the opinion. Many people contributed money, etc. happened. But let me tell you one thing, this is such a disturbing picture that Carter just could not get over that in his life. 3 months later, he committed suicide and died because he said it's an unbearable scene. It just started haunting him and he died. So that's the effect of this picture. There is another photographer by name John Isaac. He is from Chennai actually. The name is John Isaac, he is from Chennai. He is a United Nations photographer, very famous photographer. He one day gave a beautiful lecture and it's also there on TED Talk, YouTube it is see. He says the pictures I did not take. There's a very interesting statement. He makes pictures I did not take. Now he describes a scene, once again here in some very war torn, there was one lady practically all clothes off, holding a newborn baby, someone struggling to walk to go to the feeding center. So Isaac had the camera ready, he could have taken the picture, but he said first thing he did is he removed the jacket and covered that woman who was naked. Okay. And then he says that many people came and said, what a bad thing you do. This is a picture without that baby and that human misery, it would have won many prizes, etc. But Isaac says I was a human first. I knew if I had taken that picture, it's a winner. But I did not do it for the simple reason, a human in me is more important than any ethics. So he got, first thing he did is, though he had a camera ready, he removed his jacket, some other sheets of paper, clothing, and he covered her, and he made it comfortable. So that's what I want to tell you. Ethics or no ethics, you have to be a human first, a human last, and human always. Everything else, photography, etc., comes only after that. So that's about it. I just hope it was useful to you. In many times I did not give any answers, rather I put questions to you. So that was my idea. that, to make you think rather than me telling you what you should do. So my intent was not to impose my ideas, but to make you think and arrive at your own conclusion. If there is one statement I can make, ethics are very important, but the human in you is more important than that. So that's all I want to say. My sincere thanks to Prakash Agarwal, faculty members, and my friends. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful words. I request Prakashite Muskan and Samskriti to take over the proceedings.
In the frame of competitions, art find new angles and creators discover new height. The above quote is true for our World Photography Day competition, where every single photo we received was more than a shot. It was a bold expression of skills, perspective, and the courage to stand out. It was a journey into the eye of our budding photographers, revealing a level of talent and passion that is truly inspiring. So here we are to the most awaited moment, the prize distribution. Are you all eager to know the names of the winners? Okay, so then let's call out to the winners. Now, let's call out to the winners. The theme given to the junior category were Flowers and Life at Beach.
To present these accolades, may I request Sri Kandimalla Ashok sir to give away the prizes? The first consolation goes to SLS Meghna of 7th grade from Pendurthi. And then the second consolation goes to G. Krishna Harshit Sharma of 6th grade from Kapulpada. And the third consolation goes to G. Nirmal Kartikeya of 5th grade from TPT. And now, the third prize goes to Y. Pirayasini of 4th grade from TPT. And now, the second prize goes to K. Jatin of 7th grade from Kapulpada. And now, the first prize goes to M. Samanvita of 5th grade from Pendurthi.
I request Sri B.K.Agarwal sir to give the prizes for the next category. Now the winners under the name Flowers are: the consolation prize goes to Nivira Tanvi of grade 4 from TPT. Second consolation prize goes to Shirita Shrestha of grade 5 from TPT. The third prize goes to A. Sai Vinay Karthik of grade 5th from Pendurthi. And the first prize goes to P. Rahitya of grade 4 from TPT.
Thank you, sirs. Now, I request Mr. S.Sree Hari Varma sir to give away the prizes. The winners under the theme Street Photography are: the consolation prize goes to P. Hemant Satya of 8th grade from TPT. And the second consolation goes to S. Shiva Ramakrishna of 8th grade from Pendurthi. The third prize goes to C. Jagavan Kamesh of 9th grade of TPT. And the second prize goes to Shravani of class 12 from Kapulpada. And now the first prize goes to Rajdeep Shukla of class 12 from Kapulpada.
The second consolation prize goes to V. Sri Harsha of grade 9 from Kaplupada. The third consolation prize goes to K. Mukesh Kumar of grade 10 from Pendurthi. The third prize goes to Ghanshyam Menon of grade 10 from TPT. The second prize goes to K. Dev Rohan of grade 8 from TPT. And the first prize goes to D. Vanshika of grade 9 from Pendurthi. Thank you, sir. I request all the winners to come onto the stage for a group photo.
Thank you, dignitaries, and thank you, Muskan and Samskriti. May we now request our director, sir, a person who motivates every Prakashite to spread their wings to fly towards their dreams, to share his words of wisdom.
Namaste, my dear children, teachers and parents, especially Agarwal sir, who has been behind us for promoting this photography day for last 17 years. He's been consistently doing it, and now this year he has got an international honor also. He is one photographer from our Vizag, known nationally and internationally also. So we are having a guide like him, and all the children also can learn a lot of photography tricks. And now we are inviting good photographers like Ashok Kandimalla. Though he's 73 years, he worked as a vice president in Satcham. He's an MTech electronics engineer from IIT Chennai. But he has passion for photography, and now he is doing photography and teaching photography even now at this age. This is a great thing. And Hari Varma is our student once and went to RIMC Dehradun and did his engineering, and now he is very much interested in photography and this thing. And he has been Oscar whole fellowship from Oscar USA also, and he has been recently awarded in Italy the film festival also for this Signal movie. and it is that short film. I think you have seen it, and I think you have understood it also. Now children without even food also they can live, but without internet they cannot survive. So it's not that you should be able to use it, but you should not get addicted to it. That's what the meaning I feel, and I think they want to make a film out of it also, it seems. That's what Hari Varma is sharing. And I wish all of you also, when you grow big and you can come back and share with us your experiences and your this thing, it will be a memorable experience for us and for you also. Learning in the school and again sharing your experiences after achieving something is a great opportunity for you also. It's a great this thing. And I congratulate all the participants for the participation in this World Photography Day by clicking a good photograph and presenting it. By clicking good photographs, you have to learn the subjects, like we have got given different themes like flowers, street photography, life on beach, and historical places of Vizag. So many children will be going around different subjects and will knowing about them, and you'll be observation is very much important in photography, and lot of patience also is required. Some of the photographs that don't pollute me with a good message on the beach also is very good, and all the photographs are good, and participation is more important, and we request you all to participate in 2026 World Photography Day also. We look forward for you, but downloading a photograph from the net and giving it for a prize is not good. I wish Agarwal sir and Hari Varma and Ashok sir can give us some AI to find out what such pictures are. Thank you very much, Amma, and wish you all a very happy photography day.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words. And now, as a token of our admiration, we take the privilege of presenting mementos that symbolize our gratitude and respect towards each of our guests. May these mementos serve as a lasting reminder of the moments we spent together this day.
I request Director Sir to come onto the dais to present the memo. First, I request Sri B.K.Agarwal Sir to step onto the dais to receive the token of gratitude. This wonderful celebration, we once again invite Sri B.K.Agarwal Sir to the stage for his closing remarks.
Friends, finally the event has come to an end. I would like to speak little about the presentation given by our chief guest, Mr. Ashok Kandimalla. So what he was trying to tell me, the gist of today's function on his address was that what a photographer should be and what he should do, what he should not do. Like asking permission of the subject. There are basically 4 or 5 branches of photography. It is divided. One is pictorial photography, or it is called open subject. In that, it encompasses everything, including portraiture, including travel, including animal, anything you can present, landscapes, seascapes, macro photography, still life, everything you can comes under open subject. So in open subject, this editing is allowed to any extent. Even you can do little more saturation. You can create a mood, whatever you want. Like a painter, you have the luxury of trying to create the image what you feel is right by editing. So editing, removing part of it, adding part of it is allowed in open section. If you are adding something, the rule is this picture what you are editing, let us say there is a landscape, there was no sky when you took the picture, and later you have added a sky. In our sky replacement tool in Photoshop, we can very easily add a sky or replace the sky. Now you replace, means on internet or even in Photoshop, there are hundreds of skies they have given which you can use to replace. It's easy to replace the sky, and there are hundreds of times when we take a good picture, we know the landscape is good, but the sky is bland. And we know, alright, we will fix the sky later. So, best thing nowadays, we are all equipped with a camera and we always carry a camera in our pocket. So, whenever you see a beautiful sky with good clouds, you take a picture of the cloud only. Like that means I have around 6,000 pictures of clouds alone in my archive. So I have segregated them like a simple sky, blue sky, stormy sky, dramatic sky, California sky, which is a little more dramatic and colorful. And depending upon the subject, you pick up your own sky, what you have in your archive, and replace it. You can use it. But suppose you want to remove a person from that, you can do that. If you are adding a person, that picture of that person should be taken by you. If you have but if you are downloading it from some other source and adding that person or the tree or any a building or anything or a sky, it comes under cheating or plagiarism. In our competition, if they detect that it is plagiarism, suppose they have suspected that there is something wrong, because even if you are cheating, it has to be perfect. How do we know the perspective? We see the lighting falling on the cloud is from right side and the lighting falling on the foreground is from the left side. So we immediately know that this is cheating. So if it has reached, means in the judging session when we notice this, we reject it. But in the award winning section, suppose that picture is getting an award and there is a suspicion that it is a case of manipulation, we ask the original, unedited original file of the picture from the author. And we see, and if it is proved that he had cheated, he could not provide us the picture of the sky and picture of the foreground, then he is punished. He cannot, the punishment can be 5 years he is barred from participating in any salons, or even more severe, that all the honors he has acquired throughout his life will be removed from his name. He loses all his honors. He can be, suppose he still tries to cheat, or for a more severe case, he can be debarred from participating in any competition throughout his life. So what he was telling in very simple sentence about plagiarism, it is so grave in photography. So that means in digital era, and it was happening right from let us say even 100 years back also, people were doing composite images, composite pictures, but using their own images. In digital era, it has become very easy. If it is not your, the whole picture is not yours, even it is punishable. Okay, it is more so. So in open color section, this is allowed if it is not plagiarism, if you are not using somebody else's content in your image, in your frame. But in travel section, in photojournalism, in wildlife and in nature section, it is absolutely not allowed. Even there is a stone, it has to be there, you cannot remove that stone. If there is a tree or a twig or something distracting also, you are not supposed to remove it. In open section, you can remove it. But in travel, photojournalism, wildlife and nature, you cannot do any such manipulation. That is what he was trying to emphasize. Second thing, what he was trying is like ask somebody before taking his picture. So they say that means when you are in Rome, you behave like a Roman. No. In photography, I have seen when we go to a place, particularly I am telling you, when I came to Visakhapatnam, I didn't know Telugu. I came in 81, I didn't know Telugu, but I was going to the beach to take pictures. And I have realized that if we behave like a foreigner, that we don't belong to your place, people cooperate. Let us say, for example, you are sitting somewhere with your friend or something, a local man comes and tries to take your picture, you will say, you may not cooperate, you object. No, we don't want to be photographed. But a foreigner comes and aims his camera at you, you feel flattered. You are amused, you feel happy. The foreigner is coming and taking your picture. Because he is not from the local, your friends will not see that and you feel flattered and happy. So, when I take picture in Banaras or I go to different countries and or even locally to take picture, I behave it. Suppose I am taking picture in Vizag, either on the street or in tribal area, I behave as if I don't know their language. I only smile. I say, can I take a picture? They happily agree. They feel that I am from outside, so no problem. Rather they go back, a child will go back and tell her parent that today one photographer from different country came and took my picture. But local people, they object. So, like he said, smile. And how you approach the subject is very important. Your body language, your personality, and your personality. Yeah, why I say personality? Suppose you are holding a big impressive camera, people think you're a big photographer, they cooperate. Third thing is, when we go to any place and to take a picture, we must know the basic rules, what they like, what they don't like. Let us, for example, we went to, let us say, Vietnam. So in Vietnam, giving something with your left hand, they feel that it is dirty. So giving something with your left hand is a big offense. Means they mind very much. Same thing, touching some child's hand. We see a very cute child, we touch him, say how cute it is. We do that. It is our basic impulse to do that. But as long as you are using your right hand, it is fine. But if you by chance touch somebody's head, whether adult or child, with your left hand, it is a big offense, they mind it. So these basic things, if you are into travel photography or street photography, we must have this basic knowledge, what they like, what they don't like, what is taboo in that country or in that city or in that area, before getting into street photography and asking them. And like he said, no means no. The moment you point your camera at somebody and he doesn't want to be photographed, whether a child or person, the moment they say no, yeah, finish. But if you feel that no, this is going to be a very interesting award-winning picture for you, so what we do, there are situations when initially they object, particularly if you go to our tribal area, Aruku and our Orissa tribal area, the moment you point at their camera, they say no. But their no is always for monetary benefit. So we have realized with experience that if somebody is saying no, you take out a 50 rupees note and give, it is yes. That no turns into yes. So that comes with experience. And like you are behaving, you don't know their language. They say dabu. I am not supposed to understand what they are asking. What is a dabu? So the moment you give them some money or a chocolate to the child or something, they generally cooperate. These are the basic rules and very, very important rule, ethical rules, what he has highlighted in his presentation, and it was very educative, very important in the life of a photographer. Okay. Now coming to our today's show, it is very, very encouraging. Particularly, I feel very happy that quality of photography is improving, and the zeal of Prakashites and the management is same what we did on the first year, means 16 years back. every year I am seeing some improvement, some addition and value addition to the presentation. And it is improving. Like earlier the songs where the band was not performing, then the song on photography was added. Today a couple of new things were added, I have realized. So it is means their enthusiasm to promote photography and to celebrate World Photography Day in its best form. I am really very, very thankful to them, because even in our photography world, our photography clubs, photography organization, whether it is national or international, they don't celebrate it this way. Our chief guest was telling us that, my God, this school is promoting photography in such a big way. It is phenomenal. Congratulations to Prakashites and all of you. And because they initiate it, but the enthusiasm with which you participate in the event is remarkable. Thanks to you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Your closing remarks were the perfect finishing touch to this memorable event.
Before taking a step towards concluding, a day like this would not be possible without the efforts of many. We invite Arya to deliver the words of thanks.
Namaste everyone. As our wonderful event, World Photography Day, comes to a close, it is my distinct honor to deliver the words of thanks. First and foremost, a heartfelt thank you to our esteemed guests who so graciously shared their time and wisdom with us. I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our honored guests, Sri Kandimalla Ashok Sir, Sri B.K.Agarwal Sir, Srimati Nivedita Ganguly Ma'am, and Mr. S.Sree Hari Varma Sir, for insightful words on the art of photography. Thank you for enriching our knowledge and inspiring us to push our own boundaries. I thank all the students who participated in the World Photography Day competition. Your talent and passion are a testament to the future of this art form. And congratulations to all the winners. Your work was truly breathtaking. I wish to thank our parents who have been a pillar of support in all our ventures in bringing out the best of our students with each passing day. Thank you, dear parents, for being what you are to us and also for sparing your time to be here. I also extend my gratitude to our director, sir, for providing us such a wonderful and beautiful platform for these young artists to shine. Your support is crucial. And finally, to all the teachers, staff, and volunteers who worked tirelessly behind the scenes, thank you. Your dedication made this event more special. Thank you all for being a part of this celebration of light, art, and vision. It has been a truly memorable celebration. Thank you. Now, let us stand for the national anthem.
Wish you all a very happy World Photography Day. My name is B.K. Agarwal. Basically, I was a businessman, but photography was my passion from childhood. So my now passion and profession is photography. I was approached around 18 years back by Sri Prakash Vidyaniketan to come on World Photography Day to give a talk, and I was felicitated. From that day till today, Sri Prakash Vidyaniketan is continuously for last 18 years. This is the 17th year. They are celebrating World Photography Day in a very big way. Every year, I'm seeing there are many improvements in the celebration, the way it is celebrated, and the value additions they do. This time was also the participation of the contest. In the contest was very, very encouraging. 450 participants with almost 1450 entries, they had participated. What was encouraging or heartening was the quality of images. It is really great to see that the quality of images are improving. The children taking better and better pictures. There are two reasons for that. one in YouTube, means in social media, in YouTubes and all. There are hundreds and hundreds of tutorials available. Children might be seeing that. Second is because majority of them, they use only a mobile camera for photography. The quality of mobile cameras, the smartphones are also, means the quality of the camera in our smartphones are also improving. More megapixels, better resolution. Then the apps to edit them are also available to them. Photography is undergoing a big change because of the entry of artificial intelligence. It is time for photographers, means the budding photographers, to embrace this artificial intelligence as soon as possible and use them for improvement of their work. Today, in most of the exhibitions and contests, artificial intelligence, usage of artificial intelligence is not allowed. But very soon it is going to be a new normal and it will be accepted in every competition, and it will become a part of our life, and we cannot think about photography without the usage of artificial intelligence during editing. So the word of caution here is this new technology should not be misused. The whole world is scared now because of the misuse or the power of misuse of artificial intelligence in our life. Lot of people are going to lose job. People who are smart enough to embrace this new technology as soon as possible will survive. One more thing I congratulate Prakashites is that without any hint of reduction in their enthusiasm in conducting this World Photography Day, they are going ahead continuously and improving their quality of celebration every year. Frankly speaking, we do not know the future of photography. There are some people say that it is going to suffer, AI will take over. Some people say no, it can be used in photography for betterment to get better result. And I also feel that if it is used positively, we can, whatever we think, fantasize about a picture while taking, we can achieve that through artificial intelligence. For example, take a picture of a person like on clouds. Practically, it is not possible. It is possible through editing only, and it is very easy through artificial intelligence to implement our idea. So I congratulate again to Prakashites for their continuous endeavor to promote photography in their school, and it is going big way. One of their students today we have seen who has got an international award in Italy for his videography. And photography is also a remunerative career. We should think beyond only IT or engineering or medical. They can take photography as a successful career also. Congratulations to Prakashites, congratulations to the participant, and congratulations to the award winners. Thank you.
Good morning, I am Ashok Kandimalla from Chennai. I am an electronics engineer by profession and a very passionate photographer. So, I was invited by Sri Prakash to come and look at the World Photographic Day celebrations at Sri Prakash Vidyaniketan. And when I came, I saw something which I did not expect at all. It was in a grand scale, and the contributions by the students, most of them were fairly young, only from about 10 to 15, have really produced amazing pictures. I was in fact very, very pleasantly surprised. It is really remarkable that an education institute which does not even have a formal photography course in their curriculum does so much for photography, which is much more than what most photographic clubs and associations do all over the country. I wish them all the best, and I do hope in future they will continue this wonderful tradition and encourage photography of all ages. I think the effort they put by the students is truly remarkable, and their work, I believe, will form a sort of a foundation for the coming students to understand the amount of the type of work done by their seniors. I've also seen many artistic works done, especially the Simhachalam temple done in charcoal. I am not an artist by myself, but it was really amazing to see the light and shade, the amount of the textures and the detail that has been brought in. And I really find it almost impossible to believe that students of this young age are able to do this. There are many other photographs also what I saw. They are all of very high quality considering their very young age, and enthusiasm they have been showing also is really quite remarkable. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Hari Varma. I'm a filmmaker. I did my schooling here at Sri Prakash from 2002 to 2007. Went to the Rashtriya Indian Military College in Dehradun, where I pursued from 8th to 12th standard. And then I pursued my engineering. It was during engineering that I picked up filmmaking and I started making short films. And once I was done with engineering, I moved to a film school in the US. And it was there that I got accepted into the Oscars Gold Fellowship. And I've been working in the film industry since. It was an honor being back at the school and also being among such esteemed guests to celebrate World Photography Day here. I was amazed by the quality of the work by the students. I got to visit the Simhachalam exhibit, and I thought each of the participants showed immense capabilities and potential. It's also wonderful to see how the school is supporting co-curricular activities, especially art and, for example, like today, photography. I really hope this continues, and I'm so glad to be here. Thank you.
I'm Nivedita Ganguly. I'm a senior assistant editor of The Hindu. I'm a part of the National Features team, and we bring out a special features page called The Hindu Metro Plus, which comes out every Fridays. A very happy World Photography Day to everyone. It was an absolute honor to be a part of the World Photography celebrations in Sri Prakash Vidyaniketan. I was particularly impressed by the huge collection of photographs all taken by the students here in different themes. And they were also connected with what they captured. Some of the pictures which really touched me were the street photography, and even the ones which showcased our marine life, which is such an integral part of Vizag. And there was also a huge collection of heritage photographs here. So big congratulations to Sri Prakash Vidyaniketan for encouraging the children to take up photography, which I believe is today a very essential skill, a life skill. Just like how we give importance to academics, subjects like English and Maths, photography today is absolutely a very, very essential skill in order to survive, to bring out your talent in the best possible way. So it was really an honor and an absolute pleasure to be a part of this. Thank you.
First of all, happy World Photography Day 2025. This has been the 17th year Sri Prakash has been celebrating the World Photography Day, and this year we have Ashok Kandimalla, a very eminent photographer who has been an M.Tech electronics engineer from IIT Chennai and a passionate photographer. And even at 73 years, he is quite young. And he spoke very well today. He has been an inspiring figure in the field of photography. We are lucky to have him today. And this is all 17 years we have been a wonderful work supported by B.K.Agarwal sir. And he has been a guiding force for us in inviting speakers to teaching photography to our children. And we have been continuously, now this year has been a participation of 400 children with 1400 photographs almost. And this has been a growing factor year on year. And the quality of photographs also the children are improving from year to year. Photography is one of the important hobbies in present scenario, because everyone has a cell phone and everyone can take a good photograph. And this has been a very important photography. And this teaches the observation skills, the patience. They can click a memories of them and they can create a list of memories for them. and this has been a wonderful hobby, and the children participation also increasing year on year. This year we had another eminent journalist come photographer, and Nivedita Ganguly ma'am, who has been telling that a picture speaks 1,000 words, and her pictures in Metropolis especially makes us inspiring news time to time, and she is also a very good photographer and a journalist working with Hindu, and we also glad to have her with us, and her speech on photography with including in journalism has been an inspirational talk for our children. And we are lucky to have our alumni Mr. S.Sree Hari Varma, a student of our Sri Prakash school quite long time, and he went to RIMC in 2008 I think, and he has been into photography, winning an Italian at Film Fest in Italy. His short film by name Signal has been awarded at the Italy Film Fest, and at such an young age getting internationally recognized with Oscar Fellowship in USA and Italy Film Fest. He has been recognized internationally also, and coming and showing his short pic for a 3 minutes pic, and which is an inspirational thing for our children also in choosing a photography as their career also. So these speakers including B.K.Agarwal sir, Ashok sir and Nivedita Ganguly ma'am and S.Sree Hari Varma, then this August 19, 2025, the World Photography Day, the 17th anniversary of us, has been a very good list of speakers and good memorable talks for and inspirational talks for our children. Thank you very much.